Brad, thanks for joining us. Last Friday, people were apoplectic because their Twitter accounts were down all over the country, and nobody knows why. Good morning, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning, McGraw.
So what happened last Friday?
So there's a thing called DDoS, which is Distributed Denial of Services, which is a fancy word for basically overwhelming a website and shutting it down. In other words, it would be like if your radio station has a website, I assume it does, and they directed literally thousands, if not millions, of computers to send messages to your system, it would shut it down. And that's basically what happened with a company called Dyn, which people may not know about companies like Dyn. They're called domain name systems. And what that means is, McGraw, when you send an email like to me, it has to go to some version of Dyn to get broken down numerically because, it's all code.
Right.
So your web address breaks down the numbers, and then it comes to me. What they did was they overwhelmed Dyn, so as you sent a message to Dyn, it couldn't go anywhere because their system was down.
So do we know, first of all, who did this?
No. And my guess is it'll take a while to sort it out. The malware that they used to shut down Dyn was placed on the internet. In other words, how you set it up, how you use it was released to the internet like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So if you were technically savvy enough, you could use it. And obviously somebody did, maybe more than one actor. I will tell you that they got a lot of computers that had been infected, or devices. That's the other big issue here, is that things like your remote controlled through your phone, thermostat at home or at the office, anything that's wireless is hackable. And if it's hackable, they can turn it into, they can infect it and use it to do these types of attacks.
Yeah, so they even broke into people's DVRs at homes, right?
Correct. And the problem, McGraw, is that companies historically have not built safety features, security features into the software on your thermostat in your house or your DVR. So the ability to hack it is, for these guys, just simple.
Did they so Twitter went down, PayPal, Amazon, Netflix, and others. Did these guys or gals break into Netflix or break into this DNY, or just sort of broke into the sort of ether and sort of use those things to sort of take it all down?
Well, what's interesting, they actually didn't break into Dyn at all. What they had done is literally infect millions of computers with this malware we're talking about, this MyRay, I think it's called. And so when you're infected, let's say, computer at your house, now they have control of it. They're sending signals from your computer to Dyn. And if you think about that, I mean, just think if you did it to half the computers in St. Louis and you sent those all to Dyn, it would probably shut Dyn down because it's just too many. These systems can't take, literally millions of requests at the same time. So so to be clear, Dyn didn't get infected. Dyn just got overwhelmed because your and others' computers are infected. So
did they take anything? Or was this just annoying? Did they take any debit cards, credit cards, bank numbers? Did they get anything like that?
No, because typically when these happen is that they want money. And in the past, companies have paid because they want to get their system back up and running. I don't know what Dyn did in that regard, but typically it's a financial. It can be a revenge thing. It can also be, that we, the hackers, the black hat hackers, can do this because we can do it. Now, what's interesting is one of the Dyn's techno guys gave a speech just a few days ago about DDoS and some other stuff. So did that trigger the hackers? Well, let's just go after them. I don't know, but I will tell you, we're kind of at the mercy of this. That's the problem.
Boy, they're hacking into everything. I mean, presidential campaigns and your Twitter accounts and your DVR and your baby monitor. And, boy, it's a scary time. All right, Brad. ABC News Crime and Terrorism Analysis. Good stuff, Brad. Thanks for checking in.
Take care, McGraw.
You got it. 625 here, Big 550 KTRS.